we have a man here with an incredible work ethic, very, very productive over the course of his lifetime. Yet, there's a couple of secrets for me in the book I really didn't know about. One was his heroin addiction. How did he manage to stay so productive during that period? And how did he end up finally getting away from that?
I should confess that going into this project, I had no idea myself. I knew that Mike went into rehab in the end of 1981. I just assumed that it was a product of the times, which was cocaine. Everybody at 7th Avenue South was doing cocaine, including myself. I was doing lines on the piano with Jocko after hours. People were telling me, their mailman would lay lines on them. Different people said they would go in and sign their record contract, and the executives would lay out lines. One guy said he went to his dentist who offered him lines of coke. It was the sign of the times in the late 70s, early 80s. So while I knew that Mike had gone into rehab, I didn't know what for. He had played on Jocko's 30th birthday party down in Fort Lauderdale at Mr. Pips, a nightclub down there. And this was the Word of Mouth Big Band. Jocko had hired a remote truck to pull up to the club, and he recorded that. Years later, it was released by Warner Brothers as the birthday concerts. This is a posthumous release, of course. So this is 1981. Mike plays on that with Mincer, two tenors up front, trading on invitation, unbelievably killing. Everything is super up tempo. And it's just massive example of Mike's virtuosity on that session. The next day he went into rehab in that area, just not too far from where, from Fort Lauderdale. And he was in for 5 weeks and came out. And the first project that he tackled after getting out of rehab was the incredible Klaus Ogerman project, Cityscape. Beautiful orchestral, sort of darkly beautiful, dissonant. Mike is the solo voice with orchestra, as Gil had made Miles the singer of the orchestra with Sketches of Spain. It was a similar vibe. I mean, different. It was dissonant and it was in Klaus's style, but it was that idea of Mike being the solo voice. And in fact, he got double billing on that. So, like I'm saying, and going into working on this project, and reflecting back, I just assumed Mike went in for a cocaine addiction and found out. And people were like, "Oh, really? You didn't know?" And found out. And people were like, "Oh, really? You didn't know?" Like everybody knew. I didn't know. Everybody on the scene, every musician knew. He was a functional addict. He never nodded out on a gig or looked sick or anything like that. He pretty much had a decade-long addiction and went into rehab, got clean, and dedicated himself for the rest of his life, not only staying clean and sober, but bringing in so many others, dozens and dozens of other fellow musicians and friends into leading clean and sober lives. I had testimony from so many people saying that he saved my life. If it weren't for Michael, I would be dead right now. He really, and this is part of the program. When you work the program, you get a lot of gratification and it helps you with your own sobriety to help others. Mike did that up to the end. So while it was a surprise to me, and I did address it in the book, it's also a story of redemption in that he turned his own life around, and prospered remarkably. All of that was, he got out of rehab 2 years before he ever met Susan. and they had this beautiful family life together. And Sam and Jess are two beautiful kids and an incredible life up in Hastings on Hudson. So, you know, he sort of went through it, and as some people testified to me, musicians who Mike had helped, you know, they said he speaks with such great authority because he went through it himself in a deep way, and he got me out of it. Many people I talked to have the same testimony. Some were hesitant, some knew, yeah, I'll get to a meeting. Eventually, man, you know, it made number into the hundreds of people that he ended up helping and saving. And, you know, that he was able to go through that, have this prosperous career and this very beautiful life with his family, and arrive at this place of contentment and comfort, and then get smacked down by the disease is like absolutely Shakespearean tragedy. He went through the shit, he got better, he came out of it, he elevated himself, he's living a prosperous and beautiful life and helping others, and he gets smacked again. Oy, this is almost too much to bear, and it's heartbreaking. I mean, you were there, I was there to see this happen to the sweetest guy in the world, and it's painful to think about it now. And you know, you think of the line, I don't know, only the good die young, whatever. It's like, yeah, why not Trump?